CEO of Texting. Hey everybody, it's Eric Bean, CEO of Texting Base. Today I'm going to talk about how to text message market the right way. By the right way, I mean keeping you out of trouble. Now, as a disclaimer, I'm not an attorney. I've just talked to and paid a lot of them to be able to pass the information along. Most of you are doing it wrong, including Coca-Cola, who now spends 70% of their budget on text message marketing. They got sued for not doing it the right way. One of the biggest things you have to do as a business is get people to opt in. And what that means is you need to change your philosophy and change your contracts and make sure that when somebody gives you their cell phone number willingly or their personal information, that you have explicit permission to be able to reach them. That's the first thing. The second is when you first send out a message, you have to have an opt-out. You know, I've seen some other competitor companies out there. I guess we have to call them competition, although I don't really think they are. You have to provide your own list of people who have opted out, so they don't manage the process for you, which is very, very dangerous for an individual. You need to have a record of that and a system to keep track of it. We built that into our system where if somebody clicks on the opt-out, you have a record that they have opted out, and you can no longer message that person through the system. So that's a key feature to protect you and make sure that you're not messaging somebody who is then going to report you for not listening to them when they opted out the first time. There's actually a pretty funny thing out there about cat service that just annoyed somebody so much that they sued the company and shut it down. Now, the messages were very funny, but I'm sure the person who was responding to those messages didn't think so. And apparently they didn't, because they got the company shut down. So now that you've opted in and opted out, opted your people in and given them an opt-out, the next thing is to make sure you're texting people that you know. That doesn't mean that they know you, but you know who they are. That's huge. If you're buying a list, you've already opened yourself up to major risk. If you're loading in a bunch of numbers and texting them, you're also loading in a bunch of risk. You're better off not doing it at all. Anybody you've done business with, any prospects, any other companies, any employees, anybody who may have joined your gym and opted out of your gym, anybody who may have donated money, anybody who may have supported your political campaign, all that stuff's fine. If you don't know them, don't text them. If they don't know you, they'll let you know pretty quickly. So that's another way to keep your risk under control. You know, one of the things you can do too is don't sell people. Don't spam them and don't sell them. Text messages are a very personal thing. Nobody wants to receive a text from somebody they don't know or don't like. So building the relationship through text messaging is done very well and effectively if you personalize the messages as if you're talking to a friend and building the relationship. So for example, Happy New Year's texts, Happy Birthday texts, anything that would be, hey, it's Memorial Day, I hope you have a safe and wonderful holiday. People love that. Happy birthday. Who doesn't like receiving a happy birthday message? You may say, well, it's really personal, but that's the point. You want to get on a personal basis. Your odds of closing that person, if you are texting with them, 3 or more texts, go up 328% versus if you aren't. And that's from a massive multi-million record study done by Leads 360, which is now Velocify, after they purchased Leads 360. So text who you know, don't buy lists, opt them in, give them an opt-out. If your provider doesn't do that for you, you may want to look for somebody who does. No spamming, and no selling. Make sure you're reaching out to people to build the relationship. If you're focused on building the relationship and it's somebody that you know and that's your focus, you're going to do very well with text message marketing. They're going to remember you all year long as the guy who was nice enough to reach out on the birthdays and holidays, and they're going to give you their business if you're not somebody they don't like, or they're going to refer you business if they come across somebody who would like your product. And they're going to remember to refer your business because you're the person who texts them 6 to 8 times a year with nice, polite messages. So that's the right and wrong ways to text message. It's very easy to do if you structure it appropriately, and very easy to get in trouble if you don't. So you want to stay in compliance with the TCPA and the FCC. If you have any questions, speak to an attorney, get those contracts in order, and make sure you're able to use the data that you collect and then start building those relationships and reaping the rewards. This is Eric Beans with Texting Base. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and thank you for your time.